Hey, Angel. I'm not hiding out in the office. I'm working on a bid, you goof. Yeah, the one I talked about last week. They finally set up the walkthrough and got the rest of the details to me, so I'm putting the spec sheet together. Yeah, it's pretty standard. And they liked the estimate, so I think we'll get it. And it's weekday work, which is a nice change. I'm getting a little sick of never having a Saturday to ourselves. How are you doing? Did you need me for something? Menace. I don't know that quite counts as a need. Urge, maybe. Want, definitely. Work first. That way, nobody's preoccupied. And you can have my full, uninhibited attention. Besides, then there doesn't have to be a rush. And you know, I like to take my time on the things that matter. Of course you do. You snot. Most of all. I am never too busy when you need me. But, as established, what you're suggesting doesn't quite count as a need. Oh, yeah. You know, you make a compelling case, but I think that can wait a few more minutes. I promise I'll make it worth the wait. Good. Is my desk comfortable? I'll take your word for it. Well, I've had to get pretty good at dealing with distractions. You can't work with Asher as often as I do without developing a few techniques. Even if just for the sake of my own sanity. Shit. You know, there is another spot that would be a lot more comfortable for you than the top of this cheap desk. If you are planning to stay in here while I finish up. Yeah, well, figured you would. You've got an MO, Angel. And what kind of husband would I be if I didn't know all of your tricks by now? Yeah. Right between these arms you keep finding every excuse to squeeze. I told you, you got an MO. No, I'm glad you like them. After all, they take a lot of work. It's always nice to know that they're appreciated. Makes the workouts worth it. Hell no. If you ask me, endorphins are a myth created by gyms looking to trap you in recurring billing hell. They make it easier to just close out an entire card rather than convince them you're done. Them and bug people. And streaming shit. Most subscription shit, really. And now I'm falling headfirst into old man yells at the sky territory, so I gotta give it a rest before I go completely down the rabbit hole. So, do I have any takers? Or is the cheap laminate surface giving me a run for my money after all? Thought you might. You feel good. But, I do still need to be able to see the screen, Angel. There you go. You little snot. Well, I could tell you everything about it if you want. You'll also probably be asleep in about 3 minutes if I do. This part of the job is about as exciting as watching paint dry. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've had more fun watching paint dry than this. Sometimes the color change is a real thrill. Alright. Well, one cure for insomnia coming up. See, parts of this are automated. Plug and play with formulas and crap. Our rates, number of people, number of hours, bing bang boom. You got a rough amount, but then there's wiggle room for what kind of job it is, what kind of liability, where's it at, what's the history of the event, what are we bringing, what do they already have there. And that kind of shit can move the numbers around. And checking out the calendar, seeing what we've already got lined up, seeing who's off, who's on. Do we have enough of the full-timers available? Or do I gotta check with some of the swings? And you gotta pretty the whole thing up before you send it out. None of it's difficult. Just the unsung busy work behind the scenes that has to get done so I can show up on the day in the tight shirt you designed and show off these arms you like so much. Just checking that you were still listening. You perked up real quick at that part. Mm-hmm. Nope. Mm-hmm. There actually was another gig that we almost picked up. We had a call on it last week. It was good money. It was tempting, but it bridged the Solstice. And at this point, there is no way in hell I'm doing that again. Yeah, we tried it once. Emphasis on once. Early days. Figured we could push through it. We wouldn't feel great, obviously, but it was just for a few hours that day. It was gonna be a low stakes thing overall. Nobody was too worried, and the check cleared, so well, let's just say the sunbound solstice hits different people differently. And for some people, that comes in the form of a physical manifestation of the not great feeling. And sometimes a gastrointestinal manifestation of the not great feeling, specifically, which can lead to a mess to clean up. Yeah, all over the floor. And all over one of the people we were supposed to be bodyguarding. Yes, it was Ash. In fairness, it wasn't just him struggling, though. I mean, I was right there with him. The Solstice hits me like a truck, too, as you know by now. It's just not worth the hassle. We've got plenty of other work. No harm in setting that as a blackout date. Hazard of being a full team of moonbounds. Yes, that's a good. I like head scratches, you know that. Doesn't help me focus, mind you, but feels good. Feels great. I am almost done. Just gotta save and send this off to shit. What is their email? There we go. Alright. And then we throw in a little blah 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 email filler crap. Nope. Swap out their name from the stuff I copied. Done. Good. Hi. You still conscious? Oh, well, there you go. Since I don't seem to have bored you to sleep completely, and the work is now done, would you like to adjourn to, well, not my office? I'm right behind you, Angel.